So John Jones just re-entered the testing pool, ladies and gentlemen, and that's obviously because of the recent news that we heard from Donald Trump a couple of days ago, pretty much saying that he wants to have a UFC event next year. And obviously, we've had Conor McGregor and other fighters as well say that they want to participate. But obviously, whoever comes in as the main event in this fight has the potential to make freaking big ass paychecks without a doubt. And honestly, I really do think that each and every single fight, if that event does actually take place, it has to be a banger. They all have to be really, really good fights from start to finish. Cinema, absolute movie. The standards for this event are going to be absolutely through the roof because of the nature of the event. Fighting in the White House. Now, I think that John Jones, he could come in and fight whoever. Of course, people want to come in and say that he should fight Tom Aspinall, which in my opinion, that's likely not gonna happen. I think that they're probably gonna set up John Jones with some other heavyweight. I really don't think that he comes back and fights Tom Aspinall if he's expecting to fight at that event. But I will say that they're probably going to match him up with someone that he could get a win over just because it's going to be in, USA soil. And I think that John Jones entering the testing pool, keeping his options open is a good send off because obviously when he retired, he got a lot of scrutiny because he avoided Tom Aspinall for years at this point. There was some point where Tom Aspinall was actually the longest holding interim champion in UFC history, which is absolutely crazy. John Jones literally had the heavyweight division stagnant for almost 2 years. And I honestly really do believe that John Jones coming back, next year, maybe getting a win could be a good way for him to kind of seal the deal in his career officially. As far as Conor McGregor, look, I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I don't expect him to come back at all. I think he's done with combat sports. But who's to say that he doesn't come back and gets a fat ass paycheck from the UFC? I think that the UFC might even actually get some funding to get the biggest stars they can get in this event, and it's something to look forward to, in my honest opinion. I think that, like I said, from start to finish, it has to be bangers after bangers after bangers, from prelims all the way to the main event. The main card could have some of the biggest stars in the UFC right now, maybe Ilya Taporia, of course, of other fighters if they're willing or they want to participate in this event. I do expect it to be heavily political. I mean, it is going to be in front of the White House. But I think that the potential for this event is absolutely humongous, monumental, a once in a lifetime type thing. I think that this is a one and done, but this is a crazy, crazy event for John Jones to say, "Hey, I'm keeping my options open. I'm gonna re-enter the testing pool." It's just speaking volumes on how big this event could potentially be because everybody's gonna be trying to cash in.